and welcome back to another episode of Live with Dowe with yours truly, your host, Marcus Dowe. I know what you're saying. Today is Friday. It is not the typical Thursday. Totally understand. I had to pivot and deviate from yesterday due to my guests. We have scheduling conflicts. So we're doing tonight instead of tomorrow. So I just want to welcome everybody to the weekend and welcome to Friday. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful week and you're ready for the weekend. You're ready to decompress and all of that good stuff. So once again, I'd like to thank everybody for joining me and welcome back to another episode of Live with Dowe. Typically each Thursday, I'm sitting down with a new small business owner, someone that you know or someone that you may not know. And we're just sitting down, chopping it up, talking about what it takes to be successful as an entrepreneur. What I understand as a business owner myself is that it takes a lot of hard work and dedication, timeless days and endless nights to be able to get to the heights and things that you want to achieve as a business owner. A lot of times people, think that it's easy working for yourself, but it's actually 10 times harder working for yourself than it is working for someone else. So every single Thursday, I sit down and I sit with a new small business owner and we just share ideas. We just sit back and we talk about the things that take to be successful. A lot of my guests that come on, they share the highs and the lows because it's not always bright and shiny when you're owning your own business. There's some down times. There's some lack of confidence at times. There's some high times. And we just sit down and we talk about those things so that you, my followers, that could be potential business owners yourselves, you can take those things back and apply it to what you're doing in life. So each and every Thursday night, I'm sitting down with someone new and we're exchanging that information. So I need you to do a couple things. I need you to go up and hit that notify button so that every time I go live, you can get tapped in with my next guest. You want to get tapped in because some of my guests offer some amazing services and products that you may not have ever known about. Some are here from Salem County, some are from other states. It's all over the place. So hitting that notification button allows you to get tapped in with the guests that I have. Number two, once these guests come on, I just need you to go ahead and follow them. Hit the follow button, partake in everything that they have to offer because, like I said again, there's some amazing products and some amazing services that may be located right there in your area. So I just want to thank everybody again for just continuously just tapping in with me week in and week out. I thank you all for just sharing my post, sharing this podcast. This has been year 3 and been very successful thus far. And I enjoy the opportunities to be able to sit down with these guests. So once again, we're here. It's Friday. I'm waiting for my guests to tap in so that we can go ahead and lock in and have a great conversation with my next guest. So while we sit and wait, like I said, this podcast is designated to highlight small business owners. So if you are a small business owner yourself, or you know someone who has a small business, go ahead and lock in with them. Tell them that you know someone that has a podcast, and if they would love to sit down and interview with me, I'll be happy to host them, happy to have them here. This is a completely free platform. I do not charge to have guests here. This is just something that I'm doing out the kindness of my heart, to be able to help as many folk as possible. And this happens every single Thursday, every single Thursday at 7 o'clock, as long as I have guests. So I'm excited for my next guest to go ahead and tap in tonight. Hopefully they will be here very soon. We go live at 6 o'clock. So, we'll wait and see. But while we're waiting, once again, what's up to everybody? See everybody that's tapping in, whether you're watching this now or you're going to be watching it later. Please just go ahead and hit the share button, man. Let everybody know that this is the place to be on Thursdays. Not only do I host small business owners, but I also host individuals that have a life story. So if you've experienced something in your life that you think others should hear, that other people, a story to tell them inbox me. Hit me up. Let's plan a date. Let's talk about it. We've talked about some extreme sensitive situations here on Live with Dowe. And I also host individuals that support nonprofits. So if you are someone who supports a nonprofit and you want some more notoriety about your nonprofit, you want to get it out there so that people can know about it and what you service, man, feel free to hit me up and let's make it happen. So go down there and just share this live right now so that all your friends and family can see what's going on. Like I said, once again, I'm just sitting back and I'm waiting for my next guest to come on in. And then once they're coming on in, then we'll go ahead and get started. Hope everybody had a great week. I mean, I'm an educator, I'm a teacher, and you know, sometimes, you know, dealing with kids and, you know, everything else, it can be kind of stressful. But you know, it was a great week for me, being able to touch young children and teach them and educate them about the way of the world and things that they need to grow up. It's truly exciting. I see one of my students is in right now. Hey, what's going on? Thank you guys for the continuous support. So like I said, just reach out, tell your friends, tell your family, anybody that you know that owns their own business, that wants to sit down and interview with me, live with them Dowe, please go ahead and tell them to log in and join. Tonight's Live with M. Dowe is sponsored by one of my guests that I've had over a year ago, a very good friend of mine that I went to school with down at the University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, owns their own business. And I came home from work today and had a very special gift on my step waiting for me to get home. So I want to shout out my homeboy, man. Aaron King, man, is on the line right now. Owner of Very Tasty Smokehouse Barbecue that is located in the DMV area. So if you are looking to have a party, a cookout, whatever you may be, you want to have it catered, you don't feel like going through all the hassle of having it catered, tap into my man, Very Tasty Smokehouse Barbecue. Tonight's Live with M. Dowe is sponsored by Very Tasty Smokehouse Barbecue. You can find them on the web at www.vtsbbq.com. You can find them on Facebook at VTS Barbecue. You can find them right here on Instagram at VTS Barbecue. And you can even contact them at 301-233-1748. Tonight's Live with M. Dowe is sponsored by Very Tasty Smokehouse Barbecue. Go ahead, cop up, get you some gear. Tell them Live with M. Dowe sent you. Aaron, my man, blessings. So I see my next guest is already here on the line. My next guest is a native of Penns Grove, Corners Point, man. Grew up around here, very close childhood friend of mine, man. Relocated and is now a native of Brooklyn, New York. I see that they're there. I'm very excited to be able to sit down with my next guest. Go ahead and hit that request to join button, man, and we'll go ahead and bring you on. So I'm very excited to sit down. Like I said, this is a childhood friend. Haven't seen him in years, but the love is always there, and I see that he's doing very big things. So we want to go ahead and tap in. There we go. So let's see who my next guest is, and we'll go ahead and get started, man. So once again, you're live with M. Dowe each and every Thursday night, but I know tonight is Friday, but we still gonna rock out. My guest is here. I'm ready to have at it. You'll enjoy the interview. I'm sure you will. And let's see what happens. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce to some and present to others my childhood friend, my homeboy, native of Salem County, Penns Grove, Corners Point, my homie, Adam Pierce, man. What's going on? What's going on, my G, man? Long time, bro. How you? I can dig it, my dude. Listen, man. You know, it's been a while since you were here in the Grove, man. Since you left, and we was kids, and you know you up the way now. But I've been following you from afar. I've been seeing you've been doing big things, man, and I'm just happy to have you here, so that everybody can see now what it is that you've been doing for a while. So we're gonna take this opportunity, man. We're gonna highlight you, man. We're gonna talk about everything that you got going on, and like I said, once again, thanks just for being here. Absolutely. So before we go ahead and get started, just give them a little bit of background about yourself, who you are, and anything you wanted to touch on before we get on to the biz. All right, so we having some technical difficulties here, man. I'm seeing people saying they don't hear or see you, which is odd. So listen, um, I need you to go ahead and exit out, and then hit that request button again, and then I'll bring you back on. All right, cool. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're live with M Dow each and every Thursday night right here at Live with M Dow. I know today is Friday, but my guest is here. We're having some technical difficulties. I see them, but you guys don't see them. So we're going to try this again to see if we can bring them on and see if that changes anything. So give us 1 second and let's see what happens. Brown, I appreciate you. Okay, we back. We back. Somebody give me a thumbs up momentarily if you can see my man. Now that we're on, Brown, Aaron, if you see and hearing, just go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and say something, Adam.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Somebody give me a thumbs up if you hear what's going on that end. I do see him. You see me, right, Adam?
No, I can't see you.
You can't see me. Okay, all right, but all right. Now they see you and hear you, but you don't see me.
Nah.
All right, but you can hear me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So they can see you, I can see you. We just gonna rock out. So once again, for everybody that's just tuning in, tap down your volume button real quick for me one time. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Adam, tap down your volume button one time.
Yep, got you.
All right, cool. So once again, man, we're here with Adam Pierce, man, owner, sole proprietor of Vincent Lo Clothing, Smoking Apes Collection, native out of Penns Grove, Corners Point, now resides up in Brooklyn, New York. Adam, how long has it been since you left around here?
Man, let's see. I think I left right. I think right when my son was born. So I had to be 20 because I came home. I came home out the army, and I was probably home for about maybe a year. Then right when my son was born was when I took off.
When you took
It's
off.
like, all right, time for me to go. She had my son, and I was like, all right, I can't stay here. I gotta go. So I packed up and came to Brooklyn. I've been here ever since.
Right, residing in Brooklyn. So talk to me, bro. So being an entrepreneur, how did you come by it? I mean, what made you go in that lane to start your own?
Well, this was not something that was planned or even in my thought process when I started it. I was more into music, DJing, making beats with a couple of my OGs out here, and I was just running around New York doing parties and stuff with my OGs. And one day I went, matter of fact, I was going to this job interview, and just on a humbug, I had to go out. I had to go buy shoes. I had to go buy fresh pair of pants, tie, belt, shirt. And I'm like, dang, every time I got an interview, I always got to go out and buy something. I gotta take money that I don't have, put it in somebody else's pocket,
Right.
just to go get a job. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So me and my homeboy, we were sitting out on the bench one day smoking, we talking, and I was just like, yo, man, I'm tired of putting money in other people's pockets when it come to buying clothes and just food and just in general. I was just tired, like, yo, I'm spending money on a bunch of stuff that I could probably do myself or get for free.
Mm-hmm.
So I came home and I just started thinking of tried thinking of a name that wouldn't sound that wouldn't give people to when they hear it, that wouldn't give the people to think that this was a black owned business.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I did that was because I saw how anytime a black person, well, I put anytime somebody other than a black person made a clothing line, they labeled it a clothing line.
Mm-hmm.
They would say whoever this is, they dropping a new clothing line. But every time a black person dropped a clothing line, they always labeled it streetwear, urban wear, but they
Mm-hmm.
never said it's a clothing line.
Clothing line,
So
right.
I didn't want to get stuck in that box. I just want to make clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Why it just can't be labeled a clothing line? So I took my middle name, which is Vincent, and I took part of my one of my homeboys' nickname, which is Lo, L-O, and just
And
made it a
combined
first
it.
and last name. Yeah, made it a first and last name like Jimmy Choo, and was like, you know what, Vincent Lo. Nobody's never going to hear this and think that somebody black is behind it.
Behind it.
So I ran with it.
So how is it? Talk to me about being an entrepreneur, because a lot of times people think that, when you work for yourself, it's easier than working for somebody else. But that's a common misconception. I say you working 20 times harder. How is it being an entrepreneur, man?
It's it's I would say it's definitely harder. It's not it's definitely not you put more time in. You have to put more time and effort in to your own business than you do just going to work for
Mm-hmm.
on a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
This never stops.
Mm-hmm.
This is ongoing. This is every day. This is every minute. Um, every chance I can get, I'm thinking, how can I move forward? I'm trying to think of a new design. It's just so much, and then you have to come out of pocket. You're putting everything. You putting your own part. Like I would say, most entrepreneurs probably started out working a 9 to 5, then
Mm-hmm.
taking that trying to find a way to take some of that 9 to 5 money, invest it into themselves, and start building the empire.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's tricky because you got a household, you got bills, you may have kids, you may have other outside, somebody can get sick or whatever. And if you was planning on, I'm doing, trying to pay this design off, and I need it back by such. If something happens, I can't get the design when I need it.
Mm-hmm. That's called
Now I got to
life.
push it back.
That's right.
Now I gotta push it back. Or if I already made, let's say, made post or promises like, yo, I'm dropping this sweatshirt on this day, but then something happens, I gotta eat it. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times you eat more losses as an entrepreneur than
And then
anything. You're gonna take. There's a lot. I think there's a lot more losses in being an entrepreneur than there are wins. It's just that as an entrepreneur, when you hit those wins, a lot of those wins come so big that it cover up. Maybe you took 10 losses, but then when you
mm-hmm.
get this one win, that one win covers up them 10 losses.
That's amazing what you're saying, because this is what folk need to hear. Those individuals that thinking about starting their own business, they need to know that it struggles. You know what I mean? That they need to know that it's tough times. You just don't automatically climb to the top when you own your own business. That there's expenditures, there's overhead that has to come out of your pocket. And it takes money to make money. So you're taking a gamble, you're taking a risk, starting these things, not knowing what's going on. And like you said, life is life, and it happens, right?
Yeah, and then and also you just taking an idea that you think, not
Right,
anybody else, you think it's a good idea.
right.
So you're working and spending your hard-earned money on an idea that
Mm-hmm.
you hope it
Coach,
pops.
I know that's right. So,
So, and then I tell people, along with that, you hoping that it pops. You have to believe in yourself more than anybody else. I
mm-hmm.
can't. my wife can't believe in Vincent Lo and smoking apes more than me.
Mm-hmm.
My son, my daughters, they can't believe in it more than I have to have more belief and more faith in what I'm doing than anybody
Than
else.
anybody. That drive is what keeps you going. That drive, that hunger, you know, that taste for success. That's what keeps you going. How long have you been at this?
This year will make, let's see, this is 25. This will be my 8th year.
Congratulations, my G.
This will be my 8th year. I appreciate it. And I always took, because when I started, I went on YouTube. I started just really looking up and seeing, you know, how people starting uh, t-shirts, hoodies, different that. And, you know, you always hear people say, you listen to people like Steve Jobs and other people that's built empires that, you know, for one, it's not built overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it's you doing this, man, you it's 8 years, like they say, you know, excuse me,
Go ahead, take your time, bro.
it takes about 10 years before you really start to see.
Start to
And
see that growth.
and
Mm-hmm.
when I first used to hear people say it, I'm like, 10 years? Who the got 10 years? Like, you mean to tell me I got a 10-year wait just to see if my stone pop? I could die in them 10 years.
Right.
But now that I'm in my 8th year, I see what they say, because
Right.
just from the start to where I'm at now, and I ain't even really cracked the door yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, I've really spent 8 years from the starting point just getting up to the door. I ain't even
Ain't,
got ready to knock
ain't,
on the door.
ain't even knocked on it yet. You just standing on the step.
And it took me 8 years to get to the step.
Hey, but we're here. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, I'm sitting down with my homie, man, Adam Pierce, man, owner of Vincent Lo Clothing, Smoking Apes Collection. We're talking about his clothing line. We ain't talking about no urban wear. We're talking about a clothing line, something that he has built from the ground up. He's 8 years in. We standing on the step. We ain't even knocked on the door yet, man, but we about to knock on that joint and knock it all the way down. I just need you guys to go up there and hit that follow button, man. Follow Jers 856, man. Follow Live with him down. Let's make it happen. Hey, Al, where do you find your motivation at, man? Where does the motivation come from? Is it a family thing? Is it your own self drive? Where you get that motivation?
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I gotta say my wife be putting the battery in my back. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front. You know, my mother was a hard worker. My pops, all my family, aunts, uncles were hard workers. Everybody worked. But anytime it came to being with my wife for 26 years, anytime I had an idea to do something, she never shot it down.
Love it.
She was always just pushing me, like, that's what you want to do? Go do it. Go
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
Go do it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it is that no matter what, no matter which way I want to go, she knows once I say it, she's gonna be the first one to throw that D battery in my back.
Mm-hmm.
So and then she don't let me slack. Anytime
That's
I
what I'm talking about.
anytime I've had an idea, she does not let me get lackadaisical. She won't let me back out, quit early. Like, you know what, Pookie, I ain't fucking with it. It's none of that. She be
Mm-hmm.
like, no, that's what you said you're gonna do. Get it done.
So let's get it done. That's right. That's right, man. The support systems is everything, man. Same thing with my wife, man. Everything is just always constant support. You know, if you're gonna fail, we're gonna fail together. If you're gonna succeed, we're gonna succeed together. You know what I mean? But we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna hold you accountable for what you say you're gonna do.
Yeah, and it's huge. That's huge because as as men, we always taught was taught, and I think that you always think that you got to plan, You got to be the strongest. But sometimes, but you just be like, sometimes you get to a point where you like, man, I ain't got it today. I'm tapping out. But when you got that good woman behind you, she like tap out.
You better talk about it.
She looking at you like, boy, I ain't tap out. I ain't tap out in them 9 months. I ain't tap out on that delivery table. You talking about
I know that's
tapping out
right.
over. You talk about tapping out over an
But
idea. You got an obstacle you can't get over. She looking like, boy, like it's just,
I
and that's just how simple I look at it. It's like if she ain't, if a woman ain't
tap
gonna tap out on the
out.
delivery table,
You
there's no way you can
ain't gonna
tell her.
tap out either. So, bro, let's jump in. Let's jump into this clothing line, man. We got two different. We got Vincent Lo Clothing, and we got the Smoking Apes collection. Give me the mindset behind both of these clothing lines, and give me a little sample of what you got going on with it.
Well, the the mindset behind it was just to was first just to be able to clothe my own, just to be able to clothe my family.
Mm-hmm.
That was the real incentive, was just to, man, let me make something up where I ain't got to always go to the mall, buy this, buy that. I could make the clothes up here in the house, and me and my wife could save money in our pockets instead of going out to the mall and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the Vincent Lo came up. The Smoking Apes came up, making fun of my homeboys out here. We was having a conversation one day, and I'm always a big component of telling people, yo, why you spending $250 on a Gucci T-shirt? Why you spending $400-500 on a Louis V belt? I'm one of them, and I don't knock nobody. I just be
Mm-hmm.
wanting to know what's the, like, really, what's you got it like that to give them $700 for a
Mm-hmm.
belt?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so he's going having a regular back and forth. We laughing, joking. And so I was asking him about my man had this T-shirt on, this bathing ape T-shirt on. So I just asked him like, yo, what does a bathing ape and you, what experience, life experience, what do you have in common with a
Comment.
bathing ape?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
No, none of them could give me an answer. So I was like, man, I might as well go upstairs and make me a T-shirt called Smoking Apes. At least that's something we do every day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And just saying that, I went upstairs and I got online and just started looking at different type of like cartoonish apes,
Mm-hmm.
ape that's smoking. I found one on Google and I just printed it out. I put it on the shirt, put Smoking Apes underneath of it, and 2 days later I wore it outside and everybody was like, yo, that T-shirt hard. Where you got that from? I'm like, no, I just did it in the crib.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got that response like that, it was like, okay, y'all really like this Smoking Apes, John? So I said, okay, the Smoking Apes is gonna be the first. Is gonna be the first actual collection underneath Vincent Lo Clothing.
Uh-huh.
And I
And
just,
from there, it started to bubble up. I see you got some apparel behind you, man. I see a couple apes sitting on the couch behind you, man. Why don't you go ahead and show us a little something, if you don't mind?
yeah,
A little bit about the collection.
man. So I grab this one right here first. Um, and shout out to my guy, man. Let me get this off first and foremost, man. I want to say thank you and much appreciated to my graphic designer, man. My guy Remy Salim.
Yes, sir.
He's originally from East Orange, New Jersey. He moved a few years back. He's out in Indiana right now with his out in Indiana living with his wife and stuff. But he's a big component of the apes. We sit around and we any idea I have, I can hit him at any given time, text him, and I just shoot him the idea. And I don't know how, but he's able to take my idea and just give me this, like
Mm-hmm.
all of this. So one of the first joints we got is this the Go Hard. This is the Go Hard, Go Home Smoking Ape T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I
and
like
then
it.
on all the Smoking Ape T-shirts, and all the Smoking Apes hoodies. You know, home is where the heart is. So you're always going to see tagged up. You're always going to see that right there
That
on anything of
jersey.
mine you see.
Hold it
You always going
up.
to see.
Hold it up a little bit more for me. Hold it up a little bit more. There
My
you
bad.
go. There you go. Got that jersey. I was going to ask you about that, man. I seen some of the eight on your website, man. They got 856 going across the brim. You always repping the crib, huh?
I got to because I feel like, man, the only person anybody ever hear that come from our hood, and this ain't no shot to him or nothing like that, but it's just Bruce Willis. Bruce
Mhm.
Willis. I'm tired of that.
Yeah,
I ain't knocking him. I ain't hating, but it's more than it's more than Bruce Willis and it's more than just Bruce Willis in our hood, man. We
I
got a
can dig
bunch of
it.
talented people in our neighborhood, but somehow somebody got to be able to shine a light on the neighborhood so that light can shine on everybody
Yeah.
else. And you doing a good job. We just need more people to get on the same bandwagon. And man, we got to big ourselves up. We got to big our because if we don't
And
do it,
who
you don't
else
do
will?
it. Nobody else will, man. Nobody will. If we don't do it, nobody gonna
Nobody
scream
else.
Pensgrove.
That's it.
Nobody gonna scream Pensgrove. Nobody gonna scream South Jersey. Nah, we gotta do it.
So,
We got
ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in with me once again, I'm live each and every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. But tonight is Friday. I'm sitting down with my guy, man, Adam Pierce, owner, sole proprietor of Vincent Lo Clothing with the Smoking Apes collection. He is right now showing some of the different things that he got going on: hoodies, t-shirts, repping New Jersey, man. Native out of Pensgrove, New Jersey, but now is located in Brooklyn, New York, man. Go ahead and hit that follow button, hit the notification button so that every time he goes live, you can see his new products, man. Adam, man, listen. So we got hoodies, we got t-shirts. Anything else under the collection?
man. Right now, not just hoodie, because I'm a hoodies and t-shirt guy.
Okay.
I'm not going front. I ain't the type of guy. I don't feel like going to work putting no suit on every day. I don't want to wear no slacks. I don't want to wear no hard bottoms. I'm a t-shirts and hoodie guy. So if you love t-shirts, hoodies, sweats, I'm your guy.
So
Now maybe
where can they find you? Where can they find you? So if they want to tap in and support, where can they find you?
man, you can go to vincentloClothing.com. The website is up. It's easy steps when you get to the website, man. You just click on the collection, and it opens up, and then you just click on the graphic that you want. Select what product you want to put it on: t-shirt, long sleeve tee, sweatshirt, hoodie, and once the order comes through, I send the order to my fulfillment center, and then they ship it out. Once it's done, they ship it back to the customer. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Other than that, man, you can check me. You can follow me on IG Jeruz856. That's JERUZ 856. You can also follow me on the gram at Smoking Apes 856. That's smoking SOMKIN underscore apes APES underscore 856. And I'm on TikTok as Jeruz856 on TikTok.
That's
And
what's up. That's
oh,
what's up. Tap
and
in, tap in.
and I gotta mention this, man. Me and my son, we getting ready to start our own podcast uh right here called Zaza Sundays. We're
Yes,
going
sir.
we getting ready to get that popping. We probably gonna do the first episode probably coming in a week or two. The podcast is about me and my son. We're gonna be going around the 5 boroughs to all the legal dispensaries, and we're just gonna be showcasing and reviewing some of the top shelf bud in the city, trying to find out who got the most fire bud, and then from there we plan on venturing out to Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, D.C., Colorado, Cali, and after we hit all the legal states the legal states in the United States, we want to take it out the country. I want to make this almost like me and my son be like the Anthony Bourdain of Bud
I,
and shit. So,
I can dig
so
it.
I'm gonna take and I'm just gonna take that show and let that show really uh kind of be kill two birds with one stone. take the show, and have the show showcase the merchandise
Merchandise.
at the
Yeah.
same time. We're kill two birds with one stone, and it's all under the same roof, so it all stays right there. And what's cool, I was just at the corner store before I came back and jumped in. One of my guys, he has a he excuse me, does a web series on YouTube called Project Heat, and I just was telling him about Zaza Sundays. He had seen the hoodie that I had on, and he said, "Man, I like the idea. He want to shoot. He want me to shoot in the first 7 episodes. He gonna put my joint up on Tubi."
Yeah, listen, man. This salute, bro. Salute, man. I tell you, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of the direction, man, that you're going. Like I said, even though we haven't talked personally in years, I still see you from afar, man. I still salute you from afar. It's like it's a blessing to see the grind of people that you grew up with, the grind, because that makes me work that much harder. You know what I'm saying? When I see people, that I associate with, people that I knew, that I grew up with, that has that grind, that just makes me, want to work that harder. So salute to you, man. Salute to the family. I know you can't see, but Mom Dukes said hello. She chimed in and said hello. So Mom Dukes is on supporting you right there. Talk
You
to
know,
me.
it's all, man. You know, with your mom and dad, man. It's all love to Miss Dowe and Big Fresh, man. Man, y'all family was one of the coolest families in the group, man. Your mom and pops, some of the most coolest. Yo, I'm telling you, if y'all don't know my man, listen. Growing up in the Grove, I'm telling you, him and his sister had some of the livest parties in their garage. Not going front, but there was some of the livest parties in the hood was in that garage.
Those was the times, wasn't they, bro?
Bruh, I be trying to tell my kids, like, y'all ain't partying. Y'all ain't having no fun, bro. Y'all ain't having no fun, B. We used to,
Y'all ain't do it like we used to do it.
and many used to have pool parties. Y'all used to have pool parties. Don't get no better than that. That's why I be like, I be so hyped to want to put on from the Grove and want to stand on the top of the Empire State Building to be like, yo, I'm from Penn, cause yo, it's so many stories and it's so much in a small town, but it was so enriched with relationship, friends, fun. I'm like when I first moved here to New York, my wife used to be like, yo, what you think about New York? I used to be like, ain't nothing. It's just like back home. Y'all just got 100,000 more people. But the same thing y'all doing here,
We
we
did
was
that.
doing back home, just on a smaller scale. That's it.
Yeah.
But Pittsgrove, man, I love home, man. I love everybody that I went to school with. Like you say, I watch everybody from the far, follow everybody. So, like you say, to see y'all doing good, man, you with the what's it? You coach the track team, right?
Track team. Yeah.
So, and I'm like, yo, that's right up that's right up his alley. That's it's shit like that. It's like we need more people like that can actually give back. Like it's determined. Like, nah, you know what? I just ain't gonna do me, get what I get, and just be like, nah,
And
PG
just move
and
on. Right.
yeah,
Just
PG
move on.
in the rear view. Like
Mm-hmm.
Catch is actually reaching back, like, nah, you know what? This is my hood. I'm not gonna move too far because it's still people here, it's still kids here that's coming up that nah, they needed help. They need somebody there to be able to grab their hand and pull them up when need be. So
It's a lot of people that need to hear that, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we move away from home and we forget where we come from and we bash the area that we come from. But you
never.
need people. You need people that's going to continue to service back to where you come from so that the area don't die. Listen, I got one more question for you, man, before I let you go, man.
Yep.
You Vincent Lo and Smoking Apes. You've been in some music videos, right? I mean, you've been getting some notoriety out there, man. Tell them where they can find the video at and see the Vincent Lo and the Smoking Apes in the joint.
Man, man. Well, I got my own video out. Got the Smoking Apes freestyle out. Actually, my guy that's rapping on it, he's from Jersey. That's my homeboy, Geronimo the Gambino. He's from Jersey. We met here in New York at a job we was both working at about 6, 7 years ago. So he's on the video. He did the verse. You can go on YouTube. It's go to at Smoking Apes, or you just type in Smoking Ape freestyle. It'll pop up, and then him and his homeboy Wise, they did a second video called Reality that they called me to come through. You can just type in I forget who's that under, but when I get off, I'll send you the link, and then you can post it wherever and shit. But the Smoking Apes freestyle, that's up there, man. You go to Smoking Apes. Matter of fact, you can follow me at Smoking Apes on YouTube, and the video will be up there. We're getting ready to go back in the studio to do another intro song and video for the Zaza Sundays podcast. So be on the lookout for that. Probably that video should probably be out hopefully in another month. That should be popping, getting ready to pop right around the beginning of April.
My G, man, listen, I appreciate you being here, man. I appreciate you taking the opportunity to sit down and highlight your business and highlight your hard work and your dedication, man. And I salute you. I want nothing but blessings for you, man. So I just continue to pray that life keeps giving you abundance of blessings as you move forward, man, and you reach the skies that you want to attain for you and your family and create that legacy, man. So I appreciate you.
No doubt, man. I like I said at the beginning, man, I appreciate you having me, man. You know, it's always love, man. I appreciate the look. I appreciate the opportunity. Yo, and by the way, the shirt I have for you, the shits just came in today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it in the mail as soon as possible. So you should have it by sometime next Thursday or Friday.
Hey, my G, listen, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere, man. Whenever it get here, I'll rock it with bliss, man, and make sure that I represent.
Yo, and I got a question to ask you, my guy. If I wanted to try to if I wanted to come home and do like a first like a Smoking Apes annual barbecue to be the first one, do I gotta go ask for a permit?
Yeah, so residency, if you are not a resident of here, which you're not, you would have to go to one of the boroughs or the township and get an application, and you would have to pay the waiver fee for the application, and then they will let you know if the date and stuff is available.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is cause that's something I'm planning on trying to put together either here, but my first instinct is to want to do it back home. So I'm gonna try to get it so I can do it back home this summer. If not, the first annual Smoking Apes barbecue will be here in New York this summer. The next summer,
touch base with me off air, and we'll connect, and I'll put you in the proper channels with some folks to be able to get you where you need to be.
All right. Say no more, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate it. Man, I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate the love. Boy, keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't let nobody stop you, man. Stay in your lane, because that's your lane. Don't let nobody else get in the lane, get in your lane, and cut you off. Tell your mom and pops I said hi. Man, you already know what it is, man.
My G, I love you, man. Take care, man, and blessings.
Love you too, my boy. Be easy. Y'all be safe out there.
All right, take care. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, man, you're live with M. Dowe each and every Thursday night with a new small business owner sitting down, talking shop about what it takes to be successful. If you are a small business owner and you want to sit down across the table from me and talk about your business and highlight your business, go ahead and shoot me an inbox and we can go ahead and plan something. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's live is sponsored by BTS Smokehouse Barbecue. Okay, my man, which way we at? My man, Aaron C. King down in the DMV area. I got my apparel, man. If you're looking for some cookout business, you want a catering business, hit him up. He sends everything on dry ice. top-notch tier. Ladies and gentlemen, live with M. Dowe. Thank you all for coming out.